Hi. I guess this is part one, or maybe it's going to be part two. I don't know. But my intent here is to show you some of my wife's flowers out front. I don't know what these are. Are these African violets or just some kind of lily? I don't know, but they sure are gorgeous things, and I want you to look at all the big buds on there. Lots of big buds. And what are those? Hey, Ron Rathman, what are those things? She's got a lot of those. I don't care for that flower too much, but she likes them because she's got a ton of them. She just likes them. Here's some more of those. I don't know if these are bluebells. I don't know. And then up here, these are the hibiscus. And that is my noisy neighbor. Yeah, we got hibiscus all over the place here. She's got more out front. Hi, Jim. How you doing? And she has more of them around here, and more of these orange things. In here, this is my rhubarb. And more hibiscus. And the backyard. I think my wife is inside at the family room watching Eat Bulaga now. Eat Bulaga. See, we got hibiscus all along here. And those up there, those are white ones actually. And that is our gigantic tree. I love that thing. I've had it trimmed twice in the last year or so. I'm afraid in a storm it's gonna blow down. So I didn't want it to be top heavy, so we clipped its wings a bit. Here's my shed out back. This is the south side of the house. So I'm walking west right now. This is my awesome front porch. I love my front porch. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to sit out here in the evenings when it's not so darn hot. But that's the grand tour of the outside. And next I'm going to do a little sit down talk and just rambling. So anyway, catch you later. Bye-bye. Hi. It's getting hot in Detroit, I'm telling you. How hot is it? Let me check my thermometer. I just broke the thermometer. I broke it, not the temperature. Anyway, it read 98 degrees on my porch in the shade. 98 degrees, and it's humid, folks. Well, like I always say, it's better than February, and it certainly is, but gosh, it is stifling. They say we're having a heat wave. That's three or more days of temperature ranges outside the normal, and our normal about now is in the 80s. So this nearing 100 stuff is, yeah, it's a heat wave. So you don't hear much. It sounds like somebody's running some kind of a machine down the street, but you don't hear any kids laughing or playing, or they're all inside on their video games. It's too hot for everybody. I had to laugh today. I saw a video on YouTube from Brian Curver over in Angeles City. Brian is an expat married to a Filipina, and they rent a house there. But anyway, he was downtown, got walking around and everything, and then he had to go poo. Yep, and guess what? He didn't have any toilet paper. He went around and he asked the lady, you know, do you have any toilet paper? And she said, no, out of stock, sir. You know, I guess that's kind of common in the Philippines. People say, sorry, sir, out of stock. But anyway, he just had to go. So he went in the toilet and he did his business, and then he said, oh my God, what am I going to do? It boiled down to either he was going to use his shorts or his socks. Yep, his shorts or his socks. Well, he cleaned up, went outside, met his wife out there in the mall, and she looked at him and said, Brian, where's your socks? So he had to tell her what he'd done. I remember when I was in Japan, and, you know, I was in the frontier of Japan. I was up on Hokkaido Island, and when you went downtown, you better take your own toilet paper because there was none around, or else you better learn how to squat like the natives did. Okay, you squat and do the airdrop, the clean drop as they call it. But it sure is something else when you go to a foreign country. You got to learn to carry your toilet paper around. That's a funny story. Uh, as a safeguard for me, I always carry a roll of toilet paper in my car. I do. Yeah, maybe it's because of the way I traveled in Japan. I don't know, but I always carried toilet paper in the car, and I've had to use it several times. You know, it's and I'm glad I bring it along. You know. So what else to talk about? The flowers. Oh, my wife's violets, the pink ones, the really nice ones, are popping out all over. I guess you saw the pics of those. And then the hibiscus, they're flowering now. They're popping like popcorn. So we have a lot of hibiscus plants that are blooming. It's been relatively dry. Yesterday we got a little rain squall that came through, and I think that saved the grass. But over the next few days, I think it's going to be hunkering down. It's not going to be growing too high, so I don't have to mow it. I'm going to wait 4 more days on it anyway. I'm not going to mow the grass in 100-degree weather. Nope, not me. The grass and the snow are not going to kill me. Not going to let it happen. Politics? You want to hear politics? Neither do I. They're all junk. Democrats and Republicans are all, yeah, I hate it. Religion, every day I'm alive, I think I'm getting closer to God. Whichever one it is, I don't know. Even the birds, they're not too noisy today. You can hear a few, but there's not too many, I'll tell you that. I think this is the coolest it's been all day. Yeah, seriously, the coolest it's been all day. And tomorrow, the temp is going to be 96, and the heat index is going to go, you know, much higher than that. I'm betting it gets up to 105. So I hope my air conditioner holds out. For Danny Green, Danny out in Kansas City, I saw on the news where your weather was really hot too. So it's coming here. It'll be here in Detroit tomorrow. I talked to Mike Powers on the phone today. Beetle Mikey. Any of you guys know Beetle Mikey? Beetle Mikey is a guy that is, his name is Michael Powers, and he's from Redford Union High School. He's the older brother of Pat Powers. You guys remember Pat Powers, don't you? Yeah? Well, Mike was stationed in the Air Force in Berlin, and because of his service in Berlin, he was able to join the VFW. And he joined the Centerline post of the VFW, Centerline, Michigan. And I was a member there too. We met and became friends. And Mike, you know, he guess he ran into some personalities there. After I left and moved down here, Mike was tending bar and things like that. And anyway, he went out to have some cataract surgery and came back from the surgery, and people were offering him a job, and then he turned around and they gave the job to somebody else, and he felt slighted. And he told me that he hasn't been back to the VFW in 2.5 years. I told him to let that stuff slide, man, you know, just get over that. And then he told me, he said, Dennis, but I go there and I don't even know anybody anymore. Now that's the key. I visited there, and each time I have visited the VFW there, I don't know anybody anymore. They've all gone. They found another bar stool somewhere. And then my VFW in Wyandotte, I was going there for a while, and then I quit drinking completely, and I just stopped going to the VFW. I dropped in a couple times, and even there, the bartender didn't even know who I was, and I was pretty much a regular in the place, and she didn't even know who I was. So it's funny about clubs like that. You stay away from them for a while, and the personalities around the bar, they all change. People come, people go. It's the way it is. And yet there's a hardcore group that continues to do the work. Yeah, somebody has to put on the parties and rent the hall and make sure that the beer is flowing across the bar. Somebody's got to do the business of the post, and they got to keep the lights on. So it's good for those dedicated hard workers, but for me, I just I burned out. I'm not burned out. It's just I don't enjoy it anymore. Is that getting old? Yeah, I guess it is. I got a message from an old friend from years ago, and she was telling me about her life and what she did. And it's good to hear from friends you haven't heard from in a long time. And it's heartwarming to know that they're still alive and healthy. That's good. I hope they're enjoying their lives wherever you are. Well, I guess that's about all I have to talk about today. And really, I don't have anything to talk about. But John Mackin, my friend, high school chum. When I was in high school, I hung around with, there was 4 of us mainly. There was John Mackin, John LaMalla, Pat Eflin, and myself. 4 of us that used to hang around. John LaMalla died in his sleep years ago, and Pat Eflin became a school teacher up in Rochester. But Pat doesn't talk to us much at all. No, not much at all, at all. I think when John and I went into the Army, was during the hippie years, and Pat just disowned us because we became soldiers. Well, anyway, John's having a hard time down there in Florida. He's got a wayward daughter, and he's trying to help her get back in shape, but it's tough. It's tough when you have a kid that won't listen. Got to do their own thing, and they invariably screw up. It's sad. They won't listen to you, so take your lumps, kid. Okay. Wish you the best, but you should listen to your dad. I see my Filipino neighbor is out. He's over inspecting his flower beds. These people don't have any contact with us whatsoever. I've never met him personally. That's the first time I see him. Hello there. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. We'll see you guys. Maybe I'll have some more video. I'll try. I've been working on doing some emojis. I like doing the emojis. They're fun. Instead of using the prepackaged smiley faces and stuff, I like to make my own. All right, we'll see you. Tune in to MoPhoto Detroit. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.